How did you get where you are right now? What have you done like
Mm.
for the past 2, 3 years? Like now you only play pro, right? You just play pro
Yeah.
tournament right now.
Well, I just do a lot of I do a lot of drilling. Shout out to Brooks, my man.
Brooks.
Brooksy, he's my drilling partner over in Melbourne. So we drill at least 3 days a week.
Wow.
And when we drill 3 days a week, we drill twice a day on those days. Sometimes we drill more than 3 days. Sometimes it's 4 or 5. He's got a job. He's a firefighter, and so he's
Okay.
working. So he can't do it all the time. And then I just try to find other drill partners when I can. Um, so I don't do a lot of rec play. There's times that I feel like I should be doing more rec play, but there's times that I feel like I need to do less. So if I do rec play, I'm usually just going to hang out with friends and stuff, and I'll play maybe one night a week,
Okay.
whether it be in Melbourne
Mm-hmm.
or I'll go down to Clear One when I got lessons with Tony. Tony's the coach over at Clear One. So I go down there whenever I have a lesson with him. I just sneak into y'all's group down there.
Okay.
But it's mainly just drilling. Like rec play doesn't most of the rec play that I could play doesn't really help my game. I'm just going for the camaraderie, the
So
society of it.
okay, so when you talk about drilling, what is exactly you do? Do you have a method or
Yeah, well, yeah. So we start off with dinking straight on, cross court, me on the
Mhm.
left, him on the right, or him on the left, me on the left, him on the left, and then we go to the other side, me on the right, him on the right, and then we go straight forward on this side as well.
Mhm.
And then typically we go to playing out points. So we go 11 points, rally scoring straight on just at the kitchen. So we dink, dink, you dink one, you dink two, and then you speed up. And then we do a cross court, and then we do the other cross court, and then we do it straight on.
Okay.
By then we're usually probably about an hour in, and then we'll usually do some kind of skills type of drill, whether it be resets from the transition, third shot drops, whether it be even just serves and returns. We'll spend a lot of time on that.
Okay.
Maybe we want to work on specific countering, like pancake countering or backhand slide and counter that way. And then after that, we'll go into a lot of skinny singles and just play points that way. Hopefully, we're both working on something at that point. And we're just, even though we're trying to be competitive in the skinny singles, we're still trying to help each other work on that thing.
Okay. So this is why I
Yeah.
want to ask you, like, if you have like I don't know, some tip
Yeah.
for the people that is watching you right now. So if the quickest way, like, to
Yeah.
get from that 3.5
Yeah.
to like, I'm not talking about like 5.5. We want to play pro, but at least to be like a solid like 4. So
Yeah.
what should
I
they do?
mean, first of all, like you've got to, so people don't even know what they don't know is the problem.
Okay.
So yeah, coaching is obviously the biggest part of it to getting better.
Okay.
Unless you're coming from a high level tennis already or a high level sport, and you can look and you can dissect the game pretty easily and say, hey, okay, they're doing this. Why am I not doing this? But all these people that are just coming in, just playing for the fun of it is great. But for me, what really determines if you can go to higher level and higher level is how often you can get that ball into the kitchen.
Okay.
And obviously, there's 3-5 players. That's not what they're
No,
doing.
this is
They're just
don't
hitting.
talk to them about that.
No, they don't
No.
know that primarily you should be resetting through the transition if
What
the
is
ball is low.
resetting?
They just want to hit. They feel like if you just hit, things
Yeah.
will work out. But
Yeah.
you're at an extreme disadvantage in the transition. But if you don't know that until somebody tells you, which is what coaching would do for you. If you go and have some coaching, they'll say, "Hey, why are you swinging on a low ball that's at your ankles from from 5 feet off the kitchen? It's not going to work."
Okay.
So I think coaching is kind of the key, and then obviously just taking what the coach tells you and drilling it.
Okay.
So
What
I think
about
that's,
paddle? What about
that's
paddles?
well, one, that's a big misconception I feel in the pickleball world
Mhm.
is people believe coaching is just for beginners. Like
Mhm.
I don't think a lot of people understand
Right.
how much coaching like a 4-0, 4-5, 5-0 player goes through on a monthly
Right.
basis because like no matter what level you're at, like
Mhm.
as you said, you don't know what you don't know.
Mhm.
So a coach is a great way for you to improve your game even as an intermediate to an advanced player. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss out on
Yeah.
is because they don't think a coach can help because they're already at a 4 or 4 or 5 level.
Or
and
even
they're like,
5-0.
all I need to do is just train my game. But that's not how the sport works. That's
No.
not how any sport
No.
works. Like NBA players have coaches.
Yeah.
Like Federer, Nadal, Djokovic have coaches. Like
Yeah.
I think that's a misconception that a lot of people have to address is the fact that, if you're actively trying to get better at a sport, you do need somebody that's, has a skill set in coaching that's going to be able to come in,
Right.
look at your game, tell you what you can do better, tell you what you're doing
that's
wrong,
their
and like show
job.
you different
Also,
things,
tape your
right?
games. Yeah,
Yeah,
record your
so
games.
That's a big deal.
I think that's one that I think definitely a lot of viewers out there should probably check into is no matter what level you're at, coaching is something that will help you. So try to do as much of it as you can, and as Mike said, like once you get coached and you have things to work on, go out and drill. Like once you get to the higher levels, drilling helps more than rec play. So that's just something that you definitely need to focus on.